This 10,000-ton plant provides chilled water to over 3 million square feet in downtown San Diego. In 2013, we deployed the high cycle program at this site to save water and reduce chemical. Here are the results in 2023. 9.6 million gallons saved in that year alone. 71% return on investment, 71, with a 17-month payback. At the end of this video, you will know exactly how they did it and have the steps to be able to deploy this at your district cooling plant as well. Here's the agenda. I'll walk you through what their prior setup looked like before Capture H2O got there, what our setup looks like now, the savings analysis associated with this program, and the next steps for you to deploy this at your site. Here's the setup before we got there. It was a traditional chemical water treatment program that was using potable water, a scale corrosion inhibitor for scale and corrosion, a dual biocide system, non-ox and oxidizing biocide for bacteria, and an acid to increase cycles of concentration by lowering the pH. Water consumption at this site was 11 million gallons of evaporation, which is constant no matter which program you're running, and just over 10 million gallons of water. They were running just over 2 cycles of concentration, with a total of just over 21 million gallons of water. Now, before we walk through the Capture H2O setup, I want to walk you through a little bit of cooling water treatment 101. What is the goal of any cooling water treater? The primary goal is to maximize control of scale, corrosion, and bacteria. Scale inhibits heat transfer, leading to higher energy costs. Corrosion leads to CapEx costs and functionality issues. And bacteria is a heat transfer inhibitor as well as scale, but it's also a health risk and can cause things like Legionnaire's disease or other issues. Cycles of concentration. Now let me walk you through this concept real quick. On the y-axis, we have water consumption. On the x-axis, we have increasing cycles of concentration. Now remember, the inverse of cycles of concentration gives you what blowdown is. So if you're running 2 cycles of concentration, that's 50% blowdown. 3 cycles of concentration is 33% blowdown, so on and so forth. This site was running about 2 cycles of concentration, which is 50% blowdown. If I told you we could increase the cycles of concentration from 2 to 25 on average, or 4% blowdown, without any change or even better results from a protection standpoint, would you do it? The obvious answer is yes. Now let me walk you through how we did that. The Capture H2O high cycle program uses dual alternating high efficiency softeners to solve for scale. If you remove all of the hardness minerals from the makeup water, you do not have the building blocks for scale, giving us the ability to use the natural chemistry of the water to solve for corrosion and bacteria. Step 2 is corrosion. Now, if we increase cycles of concentration, increase the mineral content, the pH will rise as well. There's a naturally occurring mineral called silica in the water. This mineral will convert from a monomer to a polymer above a pH of about 9, polymerizing your equipment and protecting it from corrosion. Now notice so far we haven't used a single chemical and we haven't had to blow any water down the drain to solve for scale and corrosion. Step 3 is bacteria. Now, if we increase the pH and increase the mineral content in the water, we create what's called a biostatic environment, which bacteria cannot grow, it cannot live, and it cannot reproduce in. So we've solved for scale, corrosion, bacteria, not a single chemical, no water to the drain. This is what it looks like from an implementation standpoint. Capture H2O installs dual alternating high efficiency softeners on the makeup line, sending water with no hardness minerals in the water to the cooling tower. We're able to remove a significant amount of the chemical, all but the corrosion inhibitor, because of this program. From a water savings perspective, we increase cycles of concentration from 2, or 50% blowdown, to an average of 25 cycles, which gives us about a 9.5 million gallon a year savings, which lowers the total consumption from 21.7 million gallons to 11.5 million gallons. That's quite a savings. That's the current setup. Now let's see if the juice is worth the squeeze with the payback analysis. Net water savings is 9.6 million gallons a year, which equates to about $169,000 a year in savings. CapEx in today's dollars, we did this program in 2013. CapEx in today's dollars is $240,000, which gives you a payback of 16.96 months, just under 17 months. If you work at a district cooling plant and you'd like to save water in a way where you get a super, super low payback, I'll give you the steps to do that. We have a 5-step program that we use to design a program, implement the program, and then measure and verify the results of that program. The first step is getting a Capture H2O engineer on site to figure out where you're at and where we can go from a water savings perspective. If you're interested in doing this, please click the link here on the screen to schedule a call with a Capture H2O engineer. If you're interested in cooling water savings in general, please download the Cooling Water Savings 101 white paper with the link on the screen there. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.